Alright, so today is December 31st, the last day of the year, and I thought I should go ahead, do my 12 best albums, 2012. Because there are so many fantastic albums, I'm doing 12 instead of 10 to, make it a little bit more open here. So let's get started. Number 12, we have O Ransom Son by Ascend the Hill. They are a worship band from Florida, I believe, and they are one of the few worship bands that aren't absolutely mediocre as heck. Their style is pretty unique, but with this album they expanded a lot. They did a lot of different elements and stuff like that, and they made it sound surprisingly dark for a worship album, and they're very talented dudes for sure. And one of the best things that I like about them is that when I saw them in concert, and I've seen them twice, but I'm talking about this year. I saw them once last year too. They said that we're not here to entertain you, etc., etc. We're here to create a worship atmosphere, and that's pretty great. Okay, number 11, we have The Ultimate Deception by Wicked Witch. I have been a fan of those guys ever since I got, guys and one girl, ever since I got into metal. And Ipex vocals, I've always found her vocals to be amazing. She does a really intense, like, kind of deathcore-y sounding thing on here, on this album, and these guys are talented as heck. Probably one of the most talented bands on this dang list. They go whoosh, super freaking fast in their instruments. Absolutely fantastic drumming. Their ex-bassist died earlier this year, though, which is quite unfortunate, but some technical as heck stuff and some amazing, unique content they've got going on here. Number 10, we have At the Gate of Sethi by Niall. I know a lot of people did not like this album. I did like, as usual, Niall, it's very, technical, very talented, a lot of complex stuff, very fast, but I felt like there was a little bit more of an Egyptian-y edge on this album. But, that's just me, and I kind of like what they did with the clean vocals was pretty nice, and kind of Carl Sanders' yelling thing is interesting. The deep growls, brutal, bruh. I don't know. Production sounded fine, except the production was kind of bad on YouTube. But everybody went to the Fiends Who Stole the Magic of the Deceased video. It's like the production's bad, da 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 da. That was on YouTube. The actual album sounds fine. At least from what I've heard. Number 9, we have Path to Eternity by Freya. These guys are a hidden treasure. They are a female-fronted folk metal band. Also got some black metal, some symphonic, whatever. From France, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But these guys do some unique as heck stuff, and they kind of take the medieval sense that most folk metal bands have and bring it into a modern perspective, as well as adding in their own little things here and there. And they have some interesting lyrics too. So if you like folk metal, if you like female-fronted metal, if you like metal in general, go check them out. Number 8, we have Get What You Give by The Ghost Inside. Or was it Give What You Get? I don't remember. I just put the album artwork over here so you can see, but I saw these guys at the Alternative Press Tour in Atlanta earlier this year, which is pretty sweet. It's a very unique kind of sounding hardcore. I can say that their riffs aren't exactly, incredibly unique compared to a lot of hardcore bands, but there's just some edge about this that makes it really cool. And I met their vocalist. I got a picture with him, which was really fun. Talked to him, he was flipping off the camera, which was kind of awkward. But, let's see why everyone does that. I do this, I don't do this, I do this. Because this is awesomer. But yeah, that was really, cool getting to meet him, and there's some pretty, positive, encouraging lyrics talking about, like, struggles people have in life and stuff like that. It's really, very nice lyrics. Number 7, we also have a band that I saw at the Alternative Press Tour, Miss May I, with At Heart. On this album, these guys took a little bit of their older content and kind of meshed it with a more mature sound, as well as coming up with some more, interesting riffs and just kind of, they say they try to be kind of an old school metal band, a metal band that doesn't use keyboards or special effects or anything huge like that. Probably one of my favorite metalcore bands out there, and like I say, it was pretty nice getting to meet Jared Boyd, and he's a fantastic, talented drummer. These guys are definitely talented, so you like metalcore, check them out. Next we have Future Seed by Divulgence. I made a video about these guys the other day, local promotion. Future Seed is a fantastic album. There's a lot of unique riffs. The guitar tone sounds unique. These guys are talented. Drummer's really great too. It comes everything from short songs to and like really long songs, and some songs that are incredibly addictive, just like riffs that kind of change stylistically. Not so much stylistically, but atmospherically, and it just kind of leaves you addicted. Very nice release. Number 5, we have As I Lay Dying with Awakened. As I Lay Dying, one of the few metalcore bands out there who are staying consistent with their stuff and not becoming mediocre as crap like most core bands that exist out there. This was a very good album, and I felt like they started out a bit boring, but then they just kept getting better over time. And the Powerless Rise and Decas were two pretty great releases with some really great songs. I felt like they expanded on that a little bit more and added some uniqueness. And this album is incredibly addicting, and it relaxes me a lot. They always have great lyrical themes. They're a Christian band. They always come with some kind of meaning for their lyrics and stuff like that. And they always have some very subtle things in their lyrics that are very thought-provoking. So that's something else I like about them. Number 4, we have Elevite with Helvetios. These guys are the first folk metal band that I ever heard, and they're actually the ones that got me to folk metal. When I was first into metal, I was into black metal and death metal, and some thrash metal, and some metalcore, deathcore, and stuff like that. But when I discovered folk metal, I was like, this is freaking awesome. So I checked them out and stuff like that, and I got this album several months after it came out earlier this year, and they do a very good mix of vocals. There's some cleans and screams, both male and female. They have intense songs, some more power ballad songs. It tells a great story. It's got the kind of the interlude parts. It's very nice. There are a few cliches in there, but generally the album outdoes most of the things on there. Next we have Xanthicroid with Placidity with Boils. This is exploding in the underground metal community. They are symphonic black metal. They're better than Carcongren in my opinion. And dude, they combine so many ideas into one. It's just insane what they do, and they combine the many ideas without it coming out kind of dumbed down sounding or just mediocre. They do it very well. Songwriting is great. Talent is really good. The clean singing's also cool, and they've got some nice, interesting, almost mysterious lyrics on this album. Very interesting. Next we have Glass Cloud with the Royal Thousand, another band I saw on the Alternative Press tour. This album is absolutely amazing. One of the most unique post-hardcore core bands that I've heard in general. They deliver what they do very well. They write a very unique style of post-hardcore. Jerry Roush's vocals is really great, and their guitarist is really nice. I've met both of them. They do some very good writing, and it's unusually heavy writing for post-hardcore and stuff like that. It's very intense. It's very consistent rather than just kind of going up into breakdown, like a lot of core stuff does. Their breakdowns are very entertaining, and they've had some interesting lyrics on this album, but I can't really say that they make much sense. There are a lot of songs like that. Okay, number 1. Some of you are asking, is it Winter Phyllis? Is it Winter Sun? Is it Carcongren? Is it frickin', Black Sabbath? I haven't even kept up with those guys for a long time. I don't even know if they come out with an album this year. It came out. My number one album of this year is Unsung Heroes by Ensiferum. Wow, they took their average sound of folk metal and expanded a crap load, coming with tons of great lyrical themes. This album is as addicting as heck to me. And this is one of the albums, one of the 3 albums that I've ever heard that makes me want to just listen to every song at once because it's so amazing. And the other 2 albums are both skilled albums, Comatose and Collide. Wow, this album, it was amazing, and my mom likes some of the songs of this album too. Most of the stuff I listen to, it's too heavy for her, she doesn't like it, but some of the songs of this album my mom likes. And the lyrics are also really great too, to tell some cool tales, and Celestial Bond. From what I've read about the lyrics, it seems to be like some woman who lost her husband, I think, and is like lonely romantically. I think most people can post-puberty. Well, I'm 15, so I'm not exactly post-puberty, but can relate to romantic loneliness and how crappy it feels, because it really does. It really does. And it's kind of an encouraging song, but it's a great power ballad, and I like that they got the female keyboardist doing some of the vocals on here too, stuff like that, and doing some really nice keyboard stuff. It's just probably my my favorite album for Ensiferum. Maybe not my favorite, but it's got a lot of good songs, all good songs. And the last track, Passion Fruit Power, is fantastic as well. It's one of those songs that even if you're not a big fan of it, like Cover Killer Nation said, you're like, dang, that was epic. A lot of elements in the song. And then the Bombello, or whatever the deluxe edition track is called, it went from like this intense progressive death metal thing into just like this Latin, like jazzy thing. It like turns into swing jazz. It's very, very nice. Becoming the Archetype did a song on Celestial Completion that it kind of turned into swing jazz. That was also interesting. So, well, that was my top 12 albums of the year. Oh gosh, so I'm tired and bored as heck. So I'm gonna go edit this video, and then I'm gonna try to find something to do. Have a great day, and thank you for watching. Keep it metal, except for Send the Hill. I don't know.